In this video, I'm going to talk about must and have to. We'll look at what they mean, how to use them, and I'll also give you a couple of little pronunciation tips. At the end, there'll also be a short quiz to help you practice, so stick around. Hi, I'm Charlie. Welcome to Organic English. I'm here to help you become more fluent in English. We use have to and must before a verb to talk about things that are necessary, obligations. They can often have very similar meanings. For example, I have to leave the lesson early today. I must leave the lesson early today. These sentences both have very similar meanings, but that's not always the case. My boss says I have to work late tonight. If you want to go to China, you have to get a visa. With have to, the obligation generally comes from someone else. In this case, it's your boss and the government of China. It could also be your parents or a doctor. Must is a little bit different. Must often suggests that it's a speaker who have decided for themselves that it's necessary. Here are a couple of examples. I'm getting a little fat. I must start running again. I haven't spoken to my grandma for ages. I must call her this weekend. We can also use must to make recommendations, like this. If you go to Tokyo, you must try the sushi there. It's amazing. Now, let's look at negatives. First, don't have to. If you don't have to do something, it isn't necessary to do it, but you can if you want. For example, I don't have to wear a suit to the office on Fridays. Don't have to means it's your choice. But must not or mustn't means don't do it. It is necessary not to do it. For example, you mustn't drink old milk. This means don't drink milk that is old. It could make you ill. We can use mustn't for rules and for personal recommendations. You must not press that big red button except in emergencies. You mustn't forget to call your mother. The long form must not is more formal than mustn't. Okay, now a quick word about tenses. It's important to note we don't use must in the future or in the past. We use will have to for the future and had to for the past. For example, you must talk to your doctor. You'll have to see her tomorrow. You didn't have to answer all the questions in yesterday's test, but you must answer all the questions in today's. Okay, here's that pronunciation tip that I promised you. Have you noticed that in fast, natural speech, have to and must can get kind of squashed up? I have to leave early today. I must start running again. Have to becomes have to. Have to. I have to start running again. You hear that? And must becomes must without the final T. I must start running again. Must. So listen out for those. Here's a quick recap. If you must do something, it's necessary to do it, but it's often something you've decided for yourself. If you have to do something, it's necessary to do it, but it's a law or a rule decided by someone else. Okay, time for that quiz. I'll say a sentence and you decide whether it's a rule or a personal recommendation. Here goes. I need to lose some weight. I must go for a run. Is that a rule or a personal recommendation? You're right, it's a personal recommendation. Good job. Here's another sentence. You must not smoke on the plane. Is this a rule or a personal recommendation? You're right. This one's a rule. No smoking on the plane. Finally, put this sentence into the past tense. I must have a coffee to wake up. And in the past tense, it's I had to have a coffee to wake up. For more about have to and must, you can go to my website, OrganicEnglish.club. There's also plenty of other material there to help you become more fluent. Please also subscribe to my newsletter. Subscribers will get cheat sheets, mini lessons, and video updates direct to their inbox. Thanks very much for watching. Now go out and practice your English.